Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be turning some knobs. I've got a wardrobe that I've been building and it's made of oak. It's got some nice oak panels and the panel doors need some knobs. So I need to create some oak knobs that are going to match those oak doors. 4 of them, because there's 4 little doors on this wardrobe. I've got a piece of, it's actually an old piece of fencing material that I pulled out of the store. I'm going to turn this to round and see how big it is, and then I shall divide it up into sort of 4 sections, which I can then use to form the knobs, because obviously I need these to all be similar, so I'm going to try and do them all in one go. I've got no specific knob design for this. It's kind of a bit of making it up as I go along. Obviously they're going to be sections where it's going to be taken down very narrow, ready to split, and so forth. But let's just rough turn it for now, and we'll go from there. Just a bit gently, just taking the edges off. You can't see me wearing safety goggles, but let's just assume I am. This gouge is pretty sharp. It's good enough. So I can see I haven't taken all the corners off this fully yet, because there's you can see that when you're looking down at the timber, you can see where it's slightly transparent at the edges. So I know I've still got more to do. I'm also trying very carefully to take this off parallel so I get an even width. I'll show you in a moment. You can hear it too. It's continuously smooth when it's cutting at all times, but it's not yet. It's still because there are gaps. Getting there now. I think I'm a bit narrower at this end than this end, but let's have a look and see how much has come off it. Pretty even too. You can see these flats where it still hasn't cut in. So we've got to go further before we get fully round. And we'll keep going just for a little bit, get it fully there. Oh, close. We need to move this rest in as well. Sounds like we're getting there now. You hear that continuous noise as it's taking off material. If you're a real geek, you can also check how you're doing with a diameter gauge like this. It's very similar all the way along. Yeah, we're very, very similar. Good. cup of tea. Don't forget to drink tea. Very nice. Right, let's have a look. So it's still a little bit to go. Definitely narrow at this end. Ooh, we're a bit off centre as well. Okay, so let's carry on a bit more. Pretty much there. I think we're close enough to think about dividing this up. So when you think about using a knob, you need to be able to grip the knob. So if this is the knob, there we go. I'll hold it like that. That's a knob. You need to be able to grip it. It also needs a flange behind it so that you don't get your grubby finger marks all over the wooden door. So you want a flange that sits against the door, a narrow section that you can get your fingers behind, and then a nice turned front that is what you see. So you might want some detail on that. So I don't know, maybe some sort of detail lines or nice moulding or something like that. But in terms of depth and how much depth, how deep the knob in its entirety should be, we're looking at something like this. So your detail might stick out a bit further. So I would say overall, that's 30 millimeters, maybe 35 with the detail of knob. I'm going to allow 40, so I've got more than enough, and then going to allow enough for parting the different knobs off from each other. So maybe we can allow sort of 10 millimeter gap for that. So if I start over here and I set a 40 knob and a 10 millimeter gap, that would be there, and then I've got 50 to 90 to 100 to 140 to 150 to 190 to 200. I need these to be sort of visible. I mean, these are naturally turned knobs, so any imperfections are part of their beauty. So I'm not expecting them to be perfect. I'm not a machine. These will have imperfections. So I'm going to move this closer. Might sneeze as well, so be warned. There we go. It's coming. Right. Let's just set this up in the right place for the tool. I'm going to mark these and then move it along. So I'm just going to touch the pencil against this. There's a nice clear mark all the way around. Same here. Yeah. One there. Just going to double check those, make sure I'm not going crazy. 40, 50, 90, 100, 140, 180, 200. So there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spare. Now obviously, initially I'm going to be trying to leave the flange at the beginning, so my knob end is on the right and the base is on the left. So the base needs to be sort of concave, so it sits flat against the, or it needs to be absolutely flat, so it sits against the door. You don't want it rocking about, so it's got to sit flat. And then obviously the other end is the knob, and I'm going to create the indent in between. So I could do start create my latch. So you can see with the tool like this, I could go all the way in here. That might be a way of taking a bit more off first. I could use a gouge to remove some of this material. Just get me in there, and you can see the types of shapes that you can create with these tools. That's a really useful shape for the gripping section beneath. So I'll likely be gouging in to create that. You've just got to make sure it doesn't catch and tear the wood out, which is always a risk with gouges. But this nice tool, it'd be nice if it was a bit more pointy. I might reshape this one to do that job. So I'm just going to turn it off there and have a quick look, but what you start to see now is the base of a knob starting to form. I want this flange to be quite narrow, so I'm going to really pare that down. This obviously needs to be much deeper, and then we need to top the curve of the knob as well. So that's all going to form up as we go into the next phase of this. I'm also going to turn the speed up a bit because we're at roughing speed at the moment. So I want to be at a faster turning speed. Not massively fast, but I don't want this rough finish, which you obviously get when it's running slowly. I want it to be a finer finish. So we'll do that in the next video. Click on part 2.